Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln wheat penny coin that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today, I am going to reveal something truly fascinating, a coin that carries not just history but also a hidden value that could surprise you. We are talking about the United States of America Lincoln wheat penny from the year 1937. This little copper piece has captured the hearts of collectors all over the world, and in this video I will share its uniqueness, its rarity, and why you should never ignore a 1937 wheat penny if it ever comes into your hands. So stay with me until the end, because I will also tell you the actual market value that this coin can bring to its owner. The 1937 Lincoln wheat penny comes from a time when America was slowly recovering from the Great Depression. Every coin minted during that era tells a story of resilience, survival, and national strength. The obverse shows Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of honesty and leadership, while the reverse proudly displays the two wheat stalks which gave the coin its popular name. Collectors do not just see this coin as money, but as a piece of American history that holds great meaning. What makes this coin truly interesting is that although millions were struck, finding them in excellent mint state condition is a real challenge. Most of these pennies went straight into circulation and were used heavily in daily trade. The few that survived without scratches, dents, or heavy wear are now considered treasures in the eyes of collectors. When you hold a sharp and clean 1937 wheat penny in your hand, you are literally holding a piece of preserved history that very few people can boast of owning. Now let's talk about the errors and varieties that make this coin even more special. Some 1937 wheat pennies come with doubled dies where the letters and numbers appear slightly doubled. Others may show repunched mint marks, especially those struck in Denver with the famous D mint mark. There are also rare off-center strikes and planchet errors that can increase the demand of the coin dramatically. These are the little surprises that make collectors fall in love with wheat pennies, because no two error coins are ever exactly the same. The thrill of this hobby is not just in knowing the value, but in the hunt itself. Imagine you are looking through an old jar of pennies, and suddenly you spot the date 1937. Your heart would start racing because you know there is a chance that this ordinary-looking coin might be extraordinary. Some collectors have found such coins in flea markets, estate sales, or even tucked away in old family collections, and later sold them at major auctions for very impressive amounts. If you are a new collector or someone just beginning to explore coins, my advice is simple: always keep your eyes open for wheat pennies, and especially those from the 1930s. Store them carefully, protect them from scratches, and if you suspect you have a rare variety or error, get it graded by a professional service. Proper grading and certification can increase the value of your coin many times over because buyers trust authenticated pieces. And now, let me share with you the moment you have been waiting for: the true market value of the 1937 Lincoln wheat penny. In average circulated condition, it might not seem like much, but when you step into the world of mint state and error coins, the story changes completely. A well-preserved 1937 wheat penny in uncirculated condition has been sold in auctions for as high as $5,000. Yes, $5,000 for a single copper penny that was once used in everyday transactions. Think about that for a moment. A coin worth 1 cent at the time of minting, now valued in the thousands today. Collectors in cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles have paid serious money in auctions for top-graded examples of this coin. And whenever an error variety comes to market, the bidding becomes even more competitive because everyone wants to own a piece of rarity that others cannot easily find. So my friends, if you ever come across a 1937 Lincoln wheat penny, do not overlook it. Examine it carefully, check for errors, and above all, keep it safe. You never know if that one small coin in your pocket or tucked away in a drawer could be worth thousands tomorrow. That is the magic of coin collecting, turning ordinary change into extraordinary treasures. Thank you for staying with me through this thrilling journey. If you enjoyed learning about this rare wheat penny, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next discovery. Until then, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, the next great treasure might already be in your hands. Coin number 2. Where we explore the hidden treasures of the coin collecting world. Today, I have something very exciting for you, a coin that every collector dreams of finding. We are going to talk about the United States of America Lincoln wheat penny from the year 1939. Now do not blink or skip because I am going to share with you the uniqueness, the rarity, and the thrilling details about this coin that could turn an ordinary penny into a highly valuable collector's item. Stay with me till the very end because I will also reveal the actual market value this coin can reach today, and you will be amazed when you hear it. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most loved and collected coins in America. The 1939 penny comes from a period just before World War II, a time when the United States was beginning to rise again from the struggles of the Great Depression. Every coin minted in those years carries not only monetary worth but also the emotion and resilience of an entire nation. When you look at the obverse, you see Abraham Lincoln's portrait, a reminder of leadership and strength, and on the reverse you have the famous two wheat stalks that symbolize growth and prosperity. This simple yet powerful design makes the coin instantly recognizable and deeply cherished among collectors. Now, what makes the 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny stand out is not just its design but also its rarity and high condition. Millions were produced for circulation, but very few survived in pristine, uncirculated state. Most of these coins were used heavily in daily trade, passing from hand to hand, gathering scratches and wear. That is why collectors go crazy when they find one with sharp details, original luster, and no signs of circulation. A coin like that is considered a gem, and it instantly climbs in value. Another thrilling detail about the 1939 wheat penny lies in its varieties and errors. Some pieces show doubled dies where the numbers or letters appear doubled, creating a striking effect. Others have repunched mint marks, especially those struck in Denver with the letter D. These little minting quirks are not mistakes to be ignored but treasures that collectors chase with passion. Imagine holding a coin where the mint mark was stamped twice by accident, making it one of a kind. That is the kind of rarity that can send collectors into bidding wars at auctions. And speaking of auctions, let me tell you, the demand for wheat pennies from the 1930s has never slowed down. Collectors from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and many other cities keep their eyes on auction catalogs hoping to catch one of these coins in mint state or with an error. When one shows up, the bidding can get very intense because everyone knows how hard it is to find a true high-grade example. It is this competition and demand that keeps the value strong and growing year after year. If you are a collector or even just starting your journey into coin collecting, here is a tip for you. Never underestimate a penny, especially a wheat penny from the 1930s. Always check the date carefully, examine the condition closely, and look for mint marks and errors. If you think you have a special one, consider sending it to a professional grading service. A certified coin always carries more trust in the market, and that trust can add hundreds or even thousands to its final selling price. Proper storage is also very important. Keep your coins in protective holders and away from moisture so their beauty and value stay preserved. Now here comes the part that you have been waiting for, the true value of the 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny. In uncirculated condition with sharp details and no wear, this coin has been sold in major auctions for as high as $6,000. Yes, my friends, $6,000 for a single copper penny that once circulated is just 1 cent in American pockets. Think about that for a second. A small coin that most people overlooked in their change is now worth thousands in the collector's market. That is the magic of coin collecting, turning ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures that carry history, rarity, and value all at once. So if you ever come across a 1939 Lincoln Wheat Penny, take a good look at it, check its condition, and never toss it aside. It might just be the hidden fortune you were waiting for. Coin collecting is not only about money, it is about passion, history, and the thrill of discovery. But when history comes with a price tag of thousands of dollars, it becomes even more exciting. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the story of the 1939 wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep exploring more hidden treasures from the world of coins, do not forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. That way you will never miss another chance to discover the rare gems that could be hiding in your own collection. Until next time, my friends, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe the next rare coin is already in your hands right now. Coin number 3. Where we uncover hidden treasures from the world of coins. Today, I have something very special for you, a coin that has fascinated collectors for decades and continues to grow in demand. We are talking about the United States of America Lincoln Wheat Penny from the year 1941. Now don't blink and don't skip, because I am going to reveal the uniqueness, the errors, and the collector's appeal of this amazing coin. If you are a true coin lover or a treasure hunter, stay with me until the very end because I will also reveal the original market value of this coin, and you might be shocked when you hear it. The 1941 wheat penny is a coin from the early years of World War II, a time when the United States was preparing to step into one of the most important chapters of history. Every coin from that era carries not only copper in design but also the emotion of an entire nation living through a time of uncertainty. On the obverse you have the proud portrait of Abraham Lincoln, standing as a reminder of leadership, strength, and unity. On the reverse you have the two wheat stalks with the words 1 cent, a design that has become legendary in the world of coin collecting now. The 1941 penny might seem like an ordinary coin because millions were minted, but here is where the rarity comes in. Not many survived in mint state condition. Most of them were used heavily in daily transactions, tossed in pockets, dropped on counters, and worn down over the years. That is why finding a sharp, clean, uncirculated example of this coin is not easy. Collectors are always hunting for those perfect survivors that still have their original luster, and when one appears at auction, the competition is fierce. Even more thrilling are the error coins from 1941. Some have doubled dies where the letters and numbers appear doubled, creating a unique look. Others have repunched mint marks, especially the Denver Mint with its D stamp, and a few rare ones show off-center strikes or planchet flaws that make them completely one of a kind. These errors turn an already desirable coin into a collector's dream. Imagine holding a penny where the mint mark was stamped twice, or where the strike was slightly off-center, making your coin unlike any other in the world. These are the coins that fetch big money because they are rare, unique, and irreplaceable. The demand for 1941 wheat pennies in top condition has never gone down. Collectors across the country from New York to Chicago to Los Angeles keep their eyes open at coin shows, flea markets, and estate sales, hoping to spot one of these beauties. In auctions, the bidding can get very intense when a high-grade example or an error variety shows up. It is not just about owning a coin, it is about owning a piece of American history that very few people have in such condition. Now let me share some tips for collectors. If you ever find a 1941 wheat penny, the first thing to do is check the condition carefully. Look for sharp details in Lincoln's hair and beard, check if the wheat stalks are fully visible, and examine the coin for any unusual marks that could indicate an error. If you suspect you have something rare, send it for grading to a professional service because a certified coin is trusted in the market and its value can rise significantly. And always keep your coins stored safely in holders away from moisture and scratches, because preservation is the key to higher value. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. What is the true market value of the 1941 Lincoln wheat penny? In top mint state uncirculated condition, this coin has been sold in major auctions for as much as $7,000. Yes, $7,000 for a single penny that was once used in everyday trade. Think about it, my friends. A coin worth just 1 cent at the time of minting can now be worth thousands of dollars in the collector's market today. That is the beauty and the thrill of coin collecting, turning something ordinary into something extraordinary, full of history, rarity, and value. So if you ever come across a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny, do not ignore it. Look at it carefully, check for errors, protect it, and know that you might be holding a treasure worth far more than you imagine. This coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics, and every collector dreams of adding one to their collection. Thank you so much for watching and joining me in this exciting journey into the story of the 1941 wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the next hidden treasure. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and maybe the next rare coin is already in your hands right now. Coin number 4. I am going to share with you something truly special from the world of coin collecting, a coin that holds both history and value in its tiny frame. The United States of America 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is not just another old copper coin. It carries a story of wartime America, the end of World War II, and the artistry of one of the most collected series in U.S. coinage. So stay tuned with me till the very end, because I will tell you about its uniqueness, its hidden rarities, and the value that makes collectors all around the world search for this penny with so much passion. When you hold a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny in your hand, you are literally holding a piece of history from the final year of the Great War. Millions of these coins were minted, yet not all of them are the same. Some carry errors that make them far more valuable than their ordinary counterparts. Double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks are just a few examples of the surprises collectors can discover. These tiny differences, almost invisible to an untrained eye, are what transform an everyday coin into a rare collectible worth big money at auctions. Collectors love this penny because of its classic design. On the front, you see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, standing strong as a symbol of freedom and unity. On the reverse, those famous wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent, giving the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. It is simple, powerful, and a design that instantly takes us back to an earlier America. But what really excites coin lovers are the rare finds, the error coins that slipped through the minting process. For example, a 1945 penny with a strong double die error on the date or lettering can be worth many times more than the regular version. And trust me, these are the coins that collectors are hunting day and night. Now, if you are a coin collector or even just starting your journey, here's a tip you must remember. Always check the condition of your coin carefully. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins that look brand new, with full shine and no wear, are considered mint state and can fetch impressive prices. Many collectors also recommend examining every detail with a magnifying glass because those little minting mistakes are where the true treasure lies. It could be a small doubling on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," or an unusual mark near the mint stamp. These details matter so much because they can change a penny worth only a few cents into one that sells for hundreds or even thousands in the collector's market, and let me tell you, this is not just theory. Real examples prove it. A collector in California once sold a rare error 1945 Lincoln wheat penny in near mint state at a coin show for more than $1,000. Another rare example sold in a major auction in New York for even higher, simply because it was a perfect condition coin with an unusual striking error. This shows how much demand and excitement there is around these pennies, and why so many collectors never stop searching for them in old collections, inherited jars, or even pocket change. So, what is the original market value of a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny today? In ordinary circulated condition, it may just be worth around a few cents to $1 depending on the wear, but in uncirculated condition with errors, it can reach into the hundreds, and in some auctions even cross into the thousands. Imagine holding a penny that once seemed ordinary and realizing it is worth more than a stack of $100 bills. That is the thrill of coin collecting, and that is why this penny remains in such high demand. For every coin lover watching this, remember one golden rule. Never ignore the small details and never underestimate the power of history in your hand. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is not just a coin, it is a collectible that brings together beauty, rarity, and value in one. Search for it, examine it carefully, and you may just find yourself holding a piece that collectors everywhere are ready to pay handsomely for. So next time you come across a 1945 wheat penny, don't let it slip away. Hold on to it, study it, and treasure it, because you never know how much fortune and history might be resting in your palm. That is the magic of coin collecting, and that is the legacy of this remarkable penny. Coin number 5. I want to take you into the fascinating world of one of the last wheat pennies ever produced by the United States Mint, the 1958 D Lincoln wheat penny. This coin is not just another small piece of copper, it marks the end of an era, the closing chapter of a design that collectors have adored for generations. So stay with me till the very end, because I will reveal the uniqueness, the errors, and the hidden details that can turn this coin from ordinary pocket change into a treasure worth holding onto with pride. The 1958 D wheat penny holds a special place in history because it was the final year that the famous wheat reverse design was struck. After this, the Lincoln Memorial reverse took over, changing the look of the penny forever. That means the 1958 D is like the final goodbye to a design that began in 1909 with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and two strong wheat stalks on the reverse. For collectors, this fact alone makes it worth cherishing, because it is not just a coin, it is the end of a historic coinage series that lasted almost 50 years, but what makes it even more exciting are the rarities that exist within this very coin. While millions were minted at the Denver Mint, not all are the same. There are certain striking errors and double die varieties that make some 1958 D wheat pennies extremely rare. Imagine discovering one with a clear doubling on the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," or an unusual off-center strike that makes the design look shifted. These kinds of errors are what collectors dream of, and they can turn an ordinary penny into something highly valuable at auctions and coin shows. And here is something truly thrilling. Because 1958 was the last year of the wheat design, collectors across America were already setting these coins aside, but the error varieties were harder to find. That means today, when one of those rare double die examples surfaces, the excitement among collectors is massive. In fact, a well-preserved mint state 1958 D with an error has been sold in auctions for hundreds and even thousands of dollars. The demand for these coins is only growing because every collector wants to own a piece of the last wheat penny year. If you are a collector or even someone just beginning this hobby, let me share a tip with you. Always look carefully at every 1958D penny you come across. Use a magnifying glass, check the date, examine the lettering closely, and pay attention to the mint mark. Even a tiny detail like a repunched D mint mark can make the value of your coin shoot up. And remember, condition is everything. A 1958D in worn circulated condition might seem ordinary, but the same coin in brilliant uncirculated condition, with full red luster, can bring in a serious price from eager buyers. Examples from collectors prove just how valuable these coins can be. One uncirculated 1958D wheat penny with an unusual striking error was sold in an auction in Texas for more than $500. Another perfect example with strong mint luster was picked up by a collector in New York for nearly $1,000, simply because of its rarity and beauty. These real-life stories show that this coin, though common at first glance, hides treasures that can surprise even experienced collectors. So, what is the original market value of the 1958D Lincoln wheat penny today? In average circulated condition it may be just a few cents, but in high mint state condition with errors and varieties it can climb into the hundreds and sometimes even cross into the thousands depending on the uniqueness. Imagine finding such a coin in your collection or even in an old jar passed down through family. It would feel like striking gold in the world of pennies. The 1958D wheat penny is more than just a coin, it is a symbol of history, the end of an era, and a reminder of how small details can create extraordinary value. For collectors it is a must-have, for treasure hunters it is a dream, and for anyone who loves history it is a tiny but powerful piece of America's story. So next time you come across a 1958D Lincoln wheat penny, don't pass it by. Study it carefully, treasure it, and know that you might just be holding one of the last and rarest jewels of the wheat penny series, a coin that collectors everywhere are searching for with passion and excitement.